teacher, Devama. She plugged it and brought it. Okay. I like eating. My whole body is honey and cinnamon powder. With this cinnamon powder, honey, the whole body, where you get disease, you never get disease. What? Even if you die, your body will be exactly like that for another 200 years. I like it. It's very tasty. Pure honey, organic honey, directly from the tree. Abba. Very, very tasty. Very, very healthy. I enjoy. My whole life is honey and cinnamon powder. Difficult to kill me. Difficult for any foreign man to enter my body. No disease enter my body because I keep eating this every day, and all my people, they come and present to me. You see, I eaten the whole thing. That's how I am. If my children are there, I couldn't get even one piece. They'll pluck and run.
Prophet Joseph Smith was an American religious leader and founder of the Mormonism and the Latter-day Saint movement. He was born on 23rd December 1803 in Vermont in USA. Was assassinated on 27th June 1844 at the age of 38 in Illinois in USA. Prophet Joseph Smith said, God judges men according to the use they make of the light which He gives them. Sometimes the Lord brings us low before He can lift us higher. Joseph Smith Jr. was an American religious leader and founder of the Mormonism and the Latter-day Saint movement. When he was 24, Smith published the Book of Mormon. By the time of his death, 14 years later, he had attracted tens of thousands of followers and founded a religion that continues to the present with millions of global adherents. Prophet Joseph Smith said, God judges men according to the use they make of the light which He gives them. It is very beautifully connected to the fight which I am carrying on from the last 278 days. Prophet Joseph Smith said, God judges men. You are judged according to the use they make of the light, make of the body God has given, the power of the body. Can you sell your eyes for a lakh or a million? Your ears or your nose, all those are priceless. And it depends upon, He judges according to how you use it. If you do not use it, then you have to visit the temple and the churches, and you have to live in fear of the devil and the demon. Yes, God judges men according to the use they make of the light which He gives them. Whatever He gives them, He wanted you to use it to make it to roar like a 1,000-man warrior. Every one thing, like our ex-Bihar Chief Minister Lalu Prasad Yadav said, I have cows, HF cows. If I leave one drop of milk in the HF cow will fall sick. I have to draw the last drop of milk from the HF cow. When I draw the last milk of the HF cow, HF cow is very healthy and I make the profit. God loves that kind of a man. God loves, He judges that kind of a person who takes out the last talent from his body before he goes to sleep. He sweats it out. He makes sure that every part of the body moves. When I was in naturopathy, my naturopathy guru used to tell me, women having breast cancer, how they're getting breast cancer. In the olden days, there was no breast cancer, it seems. Now they have breast cancer because from the time the child is mature, till she stops, she continues to give birth to the child. So the breast is non-stop used for getting milk for the child, and the breast is massaged. Now the breast is not at all touched, and then because it is not touched, it becomes cancerous. God judges. That judgment is cancerous. Cancer is not given by God. It is you who created that cancer by not being able to use it. So what Prophet Joseph Smith says, God judges men according to the use they make of the light which he gives them. And when you do not make use of the rainwater which is coming, and you just see the rainwater and you rush inside the house because you might get cold, you are getting cold because your inside part is dirty. If your pipelines are clean, no cold will come at all. And very next day, all the doctors and hospitals are very happy because you will all rush up to them to suppress those medicines. Look at this coronavirus. They suppressed it. It's coming out in a different form. In Delhi, they are telling it is coming out in different form. In UK, they are telling coming out in different. You suppressed a particular thing in Nature Cure, they say. Even Dr. Paul Braggs, clean up the pipelines. Fast and distill water. And when you fast and distill water, you're not suppressing. You go to the doctor because you had a cold. Instead of you taking fasting and cleansing your pipelines and flushing it out and working harder, like Gichin Funaki, she said, I work 3 times more than what I do on a daily basis when I get fever, and I sweat it out and fever is gone. You have to clean. Instead, you go to the doctor and the doctor gives you medicine for the cold, and you get fever. And you go to the doctor, you use medicine for fever, you get a cough. You see a dirt on the floor, and instead of cleaning the dirt, you put a white cloth on the top. Do you think the dirt is gone? That white cloth also will turn to dirt after some time. And then when it comes in another form like a fever, you put another one more cloth. What you should do? Clean up the floor, clean up the pipelines. That is what Prophet Joseph Smith was. God judges men according to the use they make of the light which he gives them. The solar which God has given, the sunlight is given. You see the sunlight, you carry an umbrella. You see the sunlight, you get frightened because you get tanned, or tanning for the Western countries is good. Indian girls want all white, so they go after the cream. They do not want to get tanned. The moment you get tanned, no disease dare attack you. It has got that kind of power of the sunlight. When you are in the hot, be the hot. When you are in the cold, be the cold. The Zen says, when you don't use it, then the judgment will come. The rainwater harvesting. Collect the rainwater. Yes. Smith was born in Sharon. Joseph Smith was born in Sharon. Prophet Joseph Smith was born in Sharon, Vermont. By 1817, he had moved with his family to western New York, the site of intense religious revivalism during the Second Great Awakening. Smith said he experienced a series of visions, including one in 1820, during which he saw 2 personages, whom he eventually described as God the Father and Jesus Christ. And another in 1823, in which an angel directed him to a buried book of golden plates inscribed with the Judeo-Christian history of an ancient American civilization. In 1830, Smith published what he said was an English translation of these plates called the Book of the Mormon. The same year, he organized the Church of Christ, calling it a restoration of the early Christian church. Members of the church were later called the Latter-day Saints or Mormons, and Smith announced a revelation in 1838 which renamed the church as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. In 1831, Smith and his followers moved west, planning to build a communalistic American Zion. They first gathered in Kirtland, Ohio, and established an outpost in Independence, Missouri, which was intended to be the Zion's center place. During the 1830s, Smith sent out missionaries, published revelations, and supervised construction of the Kirtland Temple. The collapse of the church sponsored Kirtland Safety Society Anti-Banking Company and violent skirmishes with non-Mormon Missourians caused Smith and his followers to establish a new settlement in New Illinois, where he became a spiritual and political leader. 1844, when the Nouveau Expositor criticized Smith's power and practice of polygamy, where Smith married 40 women, he got 40 wives. Smith and the Nouveau City Council ordered the destruction of the printing press, inflaming anti-Mormon sentiment. Fearing an invasion of Nouveau, Smith wrote to Carthage, Illinois, to stand trial, but was killed when a mob stormed the jailhouse when he was 38 years, so young. Smith published many revelations in other texts that his followers regard as scripture. His teachings discuss the nature of God, cosmology, family structures, political organizing, and religious collectivisms. His followers regard him as the prophet comparable to Moses and Elijah, and several religious denominations consider themselves the continuation of the church that he organized, including the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and the Community of Christ. Prophet Joseph Smith said, sometimes the Lord brings us low before he can lift us higher. In Bangalore City, we have many IT companies called Infosys and Wipro and all. And Wipro, Infosys, and those people, they give pink card to the children who are working there as software engineers, because pink card means they will not even enter the gate. The security guard will just show the pink card. These people cannot even take the book or the underwear which they left it in the office. They are just kicked out. Use and throw just a pink card and shut your mouth and get lost. You are kicked out because the leaders have got a massive big connecting link with the political mainstream. So the kids are kicked out. Settlement is you go to the bank and money is transferred. Go take and go and die. That is a different topic. But the pink card is given. When the pink card is given, then children should not, the people who are working software engineers shouldn't feel bad. Mentally they shouldn't call up. So they have a place where they can go and discuss what is the next strategy. And they advise the children to take higher studies so that space which is empty, when they might be called back. So these children, what they do is they go and take MBA from US, London, and all the money they made, they must have made 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 25 lakhs, 30 lakhs. All the money they give it to the British company or to the American company. And they take MBA. No. What the prophet Joseph Smith is telling, sometimes the Lord brings us low. When you got a pink card, when you think you brought it low, He can lift us high before He sometimes brings us low before He. How will He lift you high? He's asking you to go back to your family. You never got a chance to be in the family. You were making money, 1 crore, 2 crore. You bought a house for 5 crore. You got a mansion for 25 crore, etc., etc. Now you go back to your family. Love your family. Love your wife and your husband and your children. Love your father and mother. Go back to your family. Understand the deep, intimate relationship with the family. Create the family, joint family system. Go and meet all your relatives. Not only meet and throw some money and then come back. Be with them. Work with them. Take baths together. Cook with them. Learning the cooking. Learning the Samskriti. And then stabilizing the joint family creates a powerful pyramid. Then you do not need even Infosys and Wipro to always get jobs from foreign countries to make you rich. You are rich back. That was the connecting link these IT companies were trying to tell you. And it is exactly the same what Prophet Joseph Smith said. Someday the Lord brings us low. That time you don't call it depression. It is not depression. God has brought you down because He wants you to do your exercises. You stop doing exercise. You stop doing pranayama. You stop doing dhyana. You stop reading the book. You stop going and meeting your people. Call your people. Talk to them. Yes. Be with them. Not with your style, but in their style. Prophet Joseph Smith said, God judges men according to the use they make of the light, which gives them the solar, the wind energy, the rainwater harvesting, the deep intimate relationship with the nature, with the earth, the plants and the pet animals, and your family and your friends. Yes. Sometimes the Lord brings us low before He can lift us higher. Yes, when you're low, always think, I am with you. Together, I will lift you up. I got the power. Be with me. Those who are following me from the last 279 days, I will never give you up. This is a prayer. Follow my prayer till we reach another 20, 30 days. This is my 279th small talks.